is going to be Matthew 25. So y'all, if you have it on your phone, go ahead and turn it there. Oh, was that me? Oh, I was about to get mad at her. I'm sorry. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay, so y'all can go ahead and turn. Gosh. Okay, Matthew 25, 14. Matthew 25, 14. Go ahead and turn there. So, and we're just going to read that passage first. Does anyone want to read a part of it? Anyone want to? Garrett? All right, you read until 18. All right? Actually, no, read until, sorry about that, 17. Nope, sorry. Read to 15.
15? Can you change it?
Yep, no, just 14, 15 right now.
Then the kingdom of heaven shall be like 10 virgins who take their lamps, went out to meet the groom and the bride. But 5 of them were foolish, and 5 were prudent. For the 5 foolish...
It started 14, sorry about that. 14, 15. My bad.
Alright. For it was like a man setting out on a long journey, who called his servants and delivered them to his god. And to one he gave 5 talents, and to another 2. Yet to another he gave 1, to according to his own ability, and promptly he set out. Then he who had received 5 talents went out and made use of these, and he gained another 5. And similarly he gave he who had received 2 gained another 2. But he who had received 1, going out, dug into the earth, and he hid the money of his Lord.
Okay, you're good. That's good. Okay, so that first part, it talks about how he's given different things to different people, giving them different things they're responsible based on their ability and what he knows they'll be able to do with it. And so, I mean, one person gets 5, one person gets 2, one person gets 1. The person who gets 1, I guess they might understand that their ability is not as great. And so what he does with that is he goes and he buries it in a hole, leaves it in a hole, while the other people go out and they do work and invest with the responsibility that their master's given them. So let's go and read on and see what the master says about what they did with the responsibility they were given. And then, does anyone else want to read? You got it.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and read until 23.
Starting in 19, right?
Yep.
Awesome. After a long time, the master of those servants returned and settled accounts with them. The man who had received 5 bags of gold brought the other 5. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 5 bags of gold. See, I have gained 5 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. The man with 2 bags of gold also came. Master, he said, you entrusted me with 2 bags of gold. See, I have gained 2 more. His master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness.
Okay, so those first 2 people, they went out and they did something and they gained with the responsibility. They did something with what they were given and they were able to produce more. And the result with that is their master, it's an analogy between us and God if you haven't gotten there yet, but their master, he's happy with them and he gives them more responsibility. So they go out, they do the right thing with their responsibility, and they're able to not only make their master happy, but it gives them more responsibility. So then going on to the last part, I'm going to read this. Then the man who had received 1 bag of gold came. Master, he said, I knew that you are a hard man, harvesting where you have not sown, and gathering where you have not scattered seed. So I was afraid and went out and hid your gold in the ground. See, here's what belongs to you. His master replied, you wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed? Well, then you should have put my money in deposit with the bankers, so that when I return, I would have received it back with interest. So take the bag of gold from him and give it to the one who has 10 bags. For whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they will have will be taken from them. And throw that worthless servant aside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So the end is kind of a total flip from the beginning. In the beginning, it's a lot happier, It's a lot. They're rewarding the good people. And with the last servant, he understood that there was a reason he was getting one bag. He understood that his master was still really strict, and he understood he didn't want to lose or displease his master. So he went and he just hid the bag. He saved it. He kept it safe. But even that, his master wasn't content with it. He didn't go out and do anything with that. And so this kind of speaks to us and responsibility in the rest of our lives. No matter what, when you're given a gift from God, whether it be money, possessions, whether it be the ability to teach, if you're not going out and doing something with that, and doing something to further God's kingdom with that, then He's going to be displeased with you. And that's kind of a scary thing, especially at the end where He's talking about throw that worthless servant aside. But it's an important thing to remember that everyone does have a gift. Even the guy who we believed didn't have ability, he gave one bag of gold to him. So it's important to remember that everyone does have an ability, and everyone does have a responsibility to use that ability to further God's kingdom and return something to Him, and not just sit and try not to do anything bad or try not to displease Him, but to go out and try and please Him and to make Him happy. So, short lesson, that's all I've got to say. Does anyone have any thoughts on that?
Very good.
Thank you, son. Well, if no one has any thoughts on that, we can go into prayer requests.
So I told you guys a couple weeks ago about my friend who has the nerve stuff going on in her arm. Well, we found out last Thursday that tomorrow she is flying to Minnesota, and she's going to be gone for a month for nerve treatment. So, just, yeah.
Oh, that's a prayer.
That